This section will provide us with the prerequisites required for any network to house the Cloud PBX system. As a cloud-based service, a solid and stable connection will be required from both parties to have a crisp and clean experience. We've placed our servers in world-class data centers for the best reliability, and now we have to make sure that the customer's network is reliable as well. For us to assist you to the best of our abilities, we're going to need to have an understanding of the current network topology that's in place. Hardware checklist. First, start by gathering the following information about the current hardware. We'll start with the make and model of the modem or gateway. This is the edge device that receives a connection from the customer's ISP. Router. This is the device that provides connectivity to all other devices on the local area network. Gateways provided by the ISP can be two-in-one devices, meaning it's the modem as well as the router packed into one device. Switches. This extends the amount of available LAN ports on the network. Specifically, we are looking to see if it's a managed switch, as they can cause issues if improperly configured. Internet service provider and ingress and egress bandwidth. This is the upload and download speeds provided by the ISP. Number of devices. The amount of connected devices is important to notate to determine if the current bandwidth will be sufficient. It's definitely important to gather this information on the modem, router, switches, ISP, upload and download speed, as well as the number of devices prior to generating a quote. This will allow you to accommodate for any changes that need to be made for a smooth deployment. Recommended hardware and features. The two main components to a well-deployed system will be the modem and the router. For the best results, we recommend having a standalone modem. This ensures that control of the network is done by the router. If a standalone modem is unavailable, a gateway that can be set to bridge mode will be the next best option. Bridge mode will disable the gateway's routing abilities, allowing the additional router to manage the network. Although there is no specific brand of router that is required, it's crucial to have the following features available. Ability to disable SIP application layer gateway or SIP ALG. Most commercial routers have this feature enabled with no option to disable. This impacts the phone quality because the SIP traffic is first inspected and can be manipulated prior to passing through the router. Ability to disable SPI firewall. This is similar to SIP ALG in regards to traffic being monitored, except it encompasses all traffic passing through the router. Quality of service or QoS. This is a feature that allows you to provide priority to devices on the network. This is important because the phone system needs as little latency as possible for the best call quality. A properly implemented QoS will ensure that the phone traffic has higher priority on the network than other devices. Basic QoS can be done by MAC address and IP address, where a more robust QoS can be set by the type of traffic that is being sent. Traffic shaping, an additional QoS parameter, allows you to prioritize the type of traffic as well. We recommend SonicWall routers to our partners because it includes all the features necessary for a well-managed VoIP network. Recommended bandwidth. Recommended bandwidth is determined by the amount of devices on the network. There's no minimum recommended bandwidth required as each network is different. However, we can provide you with usage information about the phones to help you decide. Each phone uses 88 kilobits per second when idle and roughly 110 kilobits per second when in use. That's 0.08 and 0.11 megabits per second when converted to a more conventional measurement. If you multiply the latter by the amount of phones, this will be the minimum required bandwidth for just the Cloud PBX system. This does not include the bandwidth required for any other processes or devices on the network, so you have to take that into consideration as well. Freedom Voice Speed Test. We provide a test that you can run on the customer's network that mimics SIP traffic to our POP servers. This will give you a snapshot of the network's current consistency, and it'll let you know if there are any issues that need to be addressed. This test can be run by accessing the website at www.freedomvoice.com/VoIP-speed-test. A standard speed test measures the highest upload and download speed to their closest test server. Our speed test measures information regarding the SIP connection from the customer's location to our POP servers. This will generate a test that provides useful information that we can use to resolve any connectivity issues. A couple results that you will see are jitter and latency. Jitter will be the amount of packets that are taking too long to send or be received, ultimately becoming packet loss. Since the connection is UDP, packets are not resent if lost. This will be noticeable on the phone conversations because words will start disappearing throughout the conversation. For example, somebody can be telling you, "Don't eat the cake. It's extremely spoiled and won't be delicious." If you're experiencing jitter and packet loss, it may sound like this: "Eat the cake. It's extremely delicious." Latency, on the other hand, is the amount of time it takes to send and receive packets. This is measured by its round-trip time, or RTT. With high latency, the packets are received later than expected. This can cause long pauses and awkward phone conversations. Here's a visual representation of what high latency would look like. Did you notice the lag? If we make sure that all the prerequisites are checked off and that the recommendations are met, we can have peace of mind that the network is ready for the Cloud PBX system. And that concludes the network assessment.